The most remarkable life still undiscovered on our planet will certainly be found in the sea. As new machines explore this inner universe and penetrate depths beyond our reach, we are finding creatures that defy our imagination. These are the cephalopods, the group of animals that includes the octopus, squid, and cuttlefish. So what is a cephalopod? Basically, they are sophisticated snails. But these flamboyant animals have developed huge brains, superb vision, and probably their most obvious feature, sucker discs. For one biologist turned filmmaker, the desire to learn more about this enigmatic group has become something of a holy grail. Mike Degree has spent half his life studying and filming these quite incredible suckers. The tropical Pacific. Mike Degree has come to the islands of Palau for a very special reason, to find and film the most obscure and ancient of all the cephalopods, the chambered nautilus. These tiny islands of limestone, each a mini rainforest, are fringed by perhaps the most diverse reefs on Earth. The ideal place for Mike Degree to begin his journey.
I've always been passionate about cephalopods, and 20 years ago that passion first brought me here, because Palau is where nautilus live. It's impossible for me to dive that deep, but Homeboy can. This remote-controlled camera vehicle was last used to explore the sunken Titanic. Homeboy's job is to bring back the first pictures of nautilus, the living fossils, in their natural surroundings. Homeboy's unique images travel up the little sub's umbilical cord to our support boat 1,000 feet overhead.
It's passing 300 feet and continuing down.
This is sort of the twilight zone, you know. The light is diminishing down here. It's getting darker and deeper. Nobody's really seen this area. This is really exciting.
Keep beaming us down, Jerry. The landscape down here looks like the moon, barren with huge silt-covered boulders and very little life. What there is looks distinctly alien. We turned the cabin of the boat into mission control for the ROV, and finally, there they were, nautilus in the wild. It was a big moment for me and my friend Bruce Carlson, with whom I first collected nautilus 20 years ago.
They're probably, the best we can tell, scavengers living off of the dead animals and detritus and things that are raining down from above. They've probably been here for hundreds of millions of years in this kind of habitat.
Nautilus have barely changed over time. They didn't need to. Their ancestors were heavy-shelled bottom dwellers. They all went extinct. Nautilus reigned because they filled their chambered shells with gas, defied gravity, and swam with the first jet engine, a water jet. Nautilus, like all cephalopods, have a formidable parrot-like beak that can crush through shells, even take off your finger. Mike's pictures of Nautilus in the wild were the first ever, and for this trip, the last.
I couldn't believe it. A bilge alarm. The boat was sinking. We had a submarine, all our film and video equipment, including the entire expedition's footage aboard. And in less than 10 minutes, we sank in over 1,000 feet of water, leaving us stranded in the waves miles from shore. We lost everything, including the unique Nautilus footage. Fortunately, there was a lone fishing boat in the area to take our picture, not to mention rescue us. It took me 6 months to replace my equipment and start filming again.
Having left Palau and Nautilus behind, Mike is in Australia to film another cephalopod.
To me, cuttlefish seem much more advanced than Nautilus. They're far better swimmers, and they react to my movements by changing their body postures and colors. In my opinion, these animals are definitely curious about me. I'm an anomaly in their world, and they keep an eye on me. With Nautilus, I feel I'm staring into a void. There's no response. When I look at a cuttlefish, I feel I get something back. Immediately after emerging from the egg, cuttlefish are like miniature adults, capable of feeding and fending for themselves. They attack with incredible speed and accuracy. In fact, I had to film them in slow motion so you could even see the action. Cuttlefish have huge advantages over Nautilus. They've lost the heavy external shell and are much more mobile. Their skin is covered with chromatophores, and I can't believe the range of colors and patterns they create. They need this to help them camouflage in shallow water. They also need great vision, and this odd-looking eye works as well or better than ours. Reproduction obviously involves sex as we know it. The male on the right is passing a sealed pack of sperm to his mate, which she stores until her eggs are ripe. Then she breaks it open and fertilizes them. Since fertilization isn't immediate, the male must shield the female against all comers to ensure that it is his sperm that fertilizes the eggs. This may escalate into violent fighting between males. A rival male overthrows the owl and wins the female. However, First, he does a shrewd maneuver that no one knew about until we filmed it. He sticks his funnel into the female's mantle cavity and literally flushes out the previous male's sperm. You can see the white flakes of sperm flying out of the female. Then he mates. And now he keeps watch over the female. I was surprised by the touching and caressing from the male cuttlefish. Are these animals more complex than they seem?
Cuttlefish are studied intensively at a marine laboratory in Galveston, Texas, where biologist John Forsyth considers them underrated.
Yeah, around the lab, Mike, we call these the puppy dogs because we come in every morning and they just want to come over and say good morning and say what's going on and play with you a little bit, see how you're tasting. Now, come on, be nice to our visitors. They're clearly the masters of color change. Maybe a chameleon might be the next on the ladder of animals that are good at this.
Yeah.
And, you know, whereas these animals have thousands of patterns, the chameleon might have tens of options.
Yeah.
To put these patterns to the test, they placed young cuttlefish on various backgrounds, and they virtually disappeared.
Well, they really are amazing animals, but I think for me, why I was most interested in them is the way they appear to watch you. It's not just that you watch them, but they observe you too.
The Cuttlefish Fan Club at Galveston has another member, Dr. Shelley Adamo. She's exploring why they have so many color patterns. Is it communication, body language? She puts her theory to the test by inviting her cuttlefish to watch television. She videotapes them changing color and making distinctive signals with their arms. And then she plays the tapes back to other cuttlefish. The cuttlefish in the tank signals back to the animals on the screen.
To really test whether animals are communicating and not just making random signals, what you really need to do is to take a sequence you know they respond to and then test to see whether they really do give you a reliable response. They, in a sense, have body language, and they have a body language that has an incredibly huge vocabulary. They have many, many different patterns that they could potentially use. What we don't know is whether they actually, or how much of it they actually use. But it is hard.
The Galveston team also studies squid, an extraordinary group of animals that range in size from half an inch to more than 60 feet. Dr. Roger Hanlon is a cephalopod expert and collects squid in the bay behind the lab.
We've got squid. Go. There's a nice large female. This is
Now,
about
these are all the same species?
Yep, look at that. This is how big they get right there. Here, right there.
There's one right there.
Beautiful, transparent animals. You can see the brain right between the eyes. Very good for studying.
A little
place for the
juvenile.
brain.
This is her.
Like cuttlefish, squid have highly developed eyes, and they have lost all traces of the primal cephalopod shell. Instead, they have only a thin, transparent pen, serving as a flexible backbone.
Being enveloped by a wall of mating squid is an extraordinary experience. Trying to film at 3 a.m., 100 feet down, with so many animals all over me, was disorienting. I lost sight of everything. My lights, the bottom, even my diving partners. Squid are far and away the most numerous cephalopod. Some, like the loligo off the coast of California, form huge swarms each year in a beautiful mating ritual. Once fertilized, the female wraps a couple of hundred eggs in a rubbery case about 4 inches long and plants it directly into the sand. Sex is fatal in these squid. After mating and laying eggs, they died right before my eyes. But it provides a banquet for scavengers. Horn sharks and thornback rays are common. But interestingly, the eggs go untouched. Apparently the predators can't detect the rich food supply through the egg cases and appear to ignore them. These swaying gardens of egg cases are scattered all along the California coast.
It's hard to believe that these are sophisticated animals when their life and death are so preordained. But the studies Roger Hanlon and John Forsyth are conducting on these squid in the Cayman Islands reveal a wealth of apparently intelligent behavior. Caribbean reef squid are definitely aware of the scientist's presence. In fact, it's hard to tell just who's studying whom.
Hanlon and Forsyth showed me one reason why squid need amazement. I watched them instantly create color patterns on their bodies to perfectly match the corals. I kept losing them while filming, and obviously they became invisible to Barracuda. But as soon as he leaves, the corals.
These surprising discoveries have caused Dr. Hanlon to regard advanced cephalopods with an enthusiasm verging on reverence. The lectures he gives his students, based on these field studies, have an evangelical fervor.
This is obviously an animal of intelligence. It has a very large brain. In fact, it's the largest brain among any invertebrate animal. Sometimes these brains in large squids are literally the size of a soccer ball. Very, very large indeed, with millions, in fact billions of cells in the brain, capable of performing many functions. And the real question is, are these squids thinking? There's considerable evidence that they can do something similar to thinking. Squids can think a variety, a huge variety of colors and patterns that we as humans can't possibly do. The best we can muster is a flush, or to make a tapestry of clothes or variety that still is unmatched. These really are incredible animals. The more we study and learn about them, the more incredible they become.
I think the most impressive display in Caribbean reef squid is this. 2 males competing for females. I have to say this one was easy to film. They basically ignored me during their flamboyant dance. winning male, brilliant, iridescent, then swims with the female. He always keeps the richest color pattern toward her, while the other half of his body flashes pure white to repel any nearby males. Finally, the time has come. In a fraction of a second, he mates. With incredible agility, he passes the female his spermatophore, and if she accepts it, she carefully tucks it away for future use.
After years of observing squid by day, Hanlon and Forsyth are now embarking on a new and very exciting chapter in their research. They can now follow the squid at night. Using custom-built light-intensifying cameras and infrared light, the team can easily watch and videotape the squid's movements and behaviors in the blackest of nights. These first efforts have already revealed new insights and behaviors that were virtually impossible to record before. While small squid are common in the Cayman Islands, in other parts of the world, divers may encounter entirely different beasts. It's from images like this that the legends of monsters of the deep must have been inspired. Until quite recently, these legends were regarded as myths. Then, two friends of Mike Degree's, Howard Hall and Bob Cranston, went swimming in Mexico's Sea of Cortez. They saw something stirring in the depths. They decided to lure it up, using a large fish head as bait.
When these pictures were taken, these were the largest squid that had ever been photographed alive, and Bob, who's over 6 feet, is being very brave. Humboldt squid are huge and incredibly strong. They have massive sucker discs with tough chitinous hooks, giving them unrivaled gripping power. Their beaks could take off an arm. And imagine this. There was a scientist with these divers, Alex Kirstich, who was grabbed by 3 of these things and dragged down way past safe diving depth. He barely fought himself free from the squirming mass of tentacles. But you can't blame the squid. To them, Alex was just a chunk of food that didn't have the sense to swim away. Not that it would do us much good to swim away. Compared to squid, we're useless in the water because we haven't spent the last 400 million years evolving in it. But this has. The pinnacle of cephalopod evolution, the octopus. No trace of a shell here. Octopus are a mass of thinking, sinuous muscle which flows like water. This has to be the most versatile body design on Earth. At tube it's trying to pass through is 1/10 the size of its body. Octopus can squeeze through spaces not even Houdini would dare. And this gives them a huge advantage as a predator. As amazing as these creatures are, even I was not prepared for what I saw them doing on Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Here in the tide pools lives a little red octopus that hunts at night in a unique fashion. He leaves the water and crawls over land. This is a thinking, scheming predator, infinitely resourceful. His very shapelessness disguises his presence as a hunter. He swims, crawls, and forages in the tiniest of crevices, sending tentacles round one side of a rock, then attacking from the other. In fact, this octopus is not just a hunter, he's a gatherer. He tucks his victims away before returning to his lair to eat them at his leisure.
Dr. Forrest, dial 182, please. Dr. Forrest, please dial 118.
Just see if I can do this process.
Saturated 91%.
Are you alright? Get a wetsuit on, quick. Alright, let's get it on.
And this is the cause of all the commotion. It's one of the smallest of all the cephalopods, and it's the most dangerous. It's the blue-ringed octopus, one of the most toxic animals in the world. They live all around the coast of Australia, but this one lives right here, in a tide pool in Sydney Harbor. The bite of the blue ring isn't much of a bite at all, really. In most cases, you don't even know you've been bitten. And it's rare to find a puncture wound or even the site of the wound. It's almost like they force or inject the toxin through the skin. But however it's administered, it's effective. The symptoms of the bite of the blue-ringed octopus are incredibly consistent. First, you feel kind of a numbness around your mouth and lips. Then it becomes very difficult to breathe. This is followed by a general paralysis in your body. Your knees wobble, you collapse, you lay on the ground with your eyes fixed and dilated, totally unresponsive to everything around you. And you can't move a muscle. The weird thing, though, is that your mind remains relatively clear throughout all of this, so that you can hear and understand and remember what everybody around you is saying. And it probably doesn't help to hear things like one poor guy heard, which was, "I think that chap's had it."
This beautiful octopus looks harmless, but as we've seen, he has dangerous secret weapons. He has 8 arms and a trick up every sleeve. He hunts in many ways. Like a conventional octopus, he aggressively pursues his prey. He snakes his arms around rocks, flushing out a mantis shrimp. The shrimp's too fast, but there's another way. In mid-chase, he stumbles across an easier meal. In one quick bite, he cracks through the shell, injects his poison, and the crab is his. This mantis shrimp plays a dangerous game. He's a formidable foe, but no match for the blue-ringed. The shrimp should be watching its back. A few quick pumps send poison to the other side of the rock, and the shrimp is doomed. Now it's just a matter of picking him up and eating him. It's no wonder that of all the cephalopods, octopus have always had the worst reputation. Marine lore is full of stories of giant octopus attacking sailors, even dragging down their ships. But a good part of Mike's interest in the subject is to dispel myths damaging to the reputation of the cephalopods. There are giant octopus on the planet. Indeed, they are quite common in Seattle's Puget Sound. Locally, they're known as devilfish. But just how devilish are they? Mike decided to offer himself up to a Puget Sound devilfish.
We all talk about that first contact with intelligent aliens. Well, this was mine. However it appears, I'm in no danger here and in no way feel threatened. It was more a mixture of affection and curiosity from the octopus as well as me. The octopus is silky smooth, gentle, and surprisingly soft. This was truly a memorable experience. Finally, this gentle giant tired of me, tucked its many arms back into swim mode, looked me over one last time, changed into an object as alien as any spacecraft, and cruised away.
As remarkable as these shallow water creatures may be, in the deeper depths, there are even more incredible forms of life waiting to be discovered. Our fragile and pressure-sensitive bodies cannot go where these last Earth aliens live. But we've invented something that can. One of the most sophisticated of these is the unmanned submarine built by the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. It probes the mile-deep Monterey Canyon off the coast of California.
Go, stay with him. Look at the tentacles. Twice the length of his body.
This vehicle has a full-blown mission control buried in the hull of its support ship. Here, I joined Chief Scientist Dr. Bruce Robeson, Pilot Jim Levinson, Steve Etchemendy, and Jay Steinhunt for one of their deepest dives to date.
Hey, look, Jay, we've got squid.
The light attracts the squid, and the squid attract sharks. You can see the ink released by the squid as this blue shark bites.
Pretty elusive, so you'll have to chase it. Oh, look, it's starting to ink.
Yeah.
There's 3, 4, 5 little patches of ink.
Well, we're down 1,020 meters now. And this guy's going down.
A ribbonfish. They swim by undulating their body and can grow to 7 feet long.
That guy's beautiful. What's that posture? What's it trying to do?
It's called a cockatoo posture, and we're not sure exactly what it's used for. And the current theory suggests it may actually look like it's shortening itself to a potential predator. Most squids are known for ejecting ink out of their siphon. This particular squid ejects it and keeps it inside the hollow body cavity, and becomes opaque. Oh, look at it.
Yeah, I see.
It's filled itself with ink.
Shall we hang out here and see how it behaves?
Yeah, let's watch this. The problem here is the squid is designed such that it's got to take water in, pass it over the gills, and exhale. So it essentially, if it wants to keep that ink inside, has to hold its breath. It's a design flaw.
That is a weird-looking squid. There's another one. Bruce, all of these squid look weird down here. octopus.
We're at 1,240 meters, which is almost as deep as we've had this vehicle before. We're closing in on the canyon wall, moving out of the water column up towards the slope of the canyon. We ought to be there in a few minutes. We're only about 40 meters out.
The floor of the submerged canyon proved to be alive with cephalopods. We saw big octopus like these, as well as tiny ones feeding on the muddy bottom. Then, to our absolute delight, we had a much more substantial contact.
Holy cow! Whoa. Look at the size of that. What is it?
What is that?
It's a very large squid. I'm not sure which kind yet. Probably Moroteuthis. It's really big.
Look at the tentacles. They're twice the length of his body.
He's fast.
Go, Jim, don't lose that. Go, stay with him.
He's fast. He's very fast.
Look at that.
I wonder how big he is across those fins.
Now, is that just me, or are those tentacles getting longer? Wow. What an extraordinary beast.
Look at how quick he can change directions. That's the tough part with following them, is they can just stop and go. The vehicle weighs 4,500 pounds. Oh, what's he doing?
Gone. Oh, don't lose him.
Let's see if the other camera where he is. Oh,
there
he's
he
grabbed onto the arm.
Okay.
He's got a hold of the arm.
Right, look at the way
We're being attacked.
Look at the way the pigmentation on the body has changed as soon as he contacted us.
Let's see if I can.
He
Bring
went from
him
a
up.
uniform color to all these patches.
Okay, I got it locked.
Okay.
He's
Ink.
inking.
Yes, he's displeased.
Where'd he go?
All right.
He let go.
Where'd he go? Back off. Oh, there he is.
Might be. You see him?
Yeah, with the other camera.
Good.
He's attacking the light. Oh my gosh! Look at that.
More ink.
Oh, he's gone. He just booked.
Ooh, that was fast.
Yeah, he's gone. I don't think. Yeah, he's gone. Wow. That's the biggest one we've ever had here.
Moroteuthis is a really wonderful animal, but it's small potatoes compared to its big brother Architeuthis. Architeuthis is one of the most enigmatic animals in the ocean. We know that they're there. We know that they're huge, but no one's ever seen one in its natural habitat.
And what that means is that we can still only imagine what it would be like to meet an 80-foot squid a mile down. No one has ever seen a live giant squid, but we know they're there. Another giant has revealed their presence. The sperm whale. A sperm whale will dive for over a mile for its food. In the darkness of the vast abyss, the whale echolocates its favorite meal. We can only imagine what this confrontation looks like.
It's one of the last big mysteries of the ocean that we know about. There are lots more out there that we don't even suspect yet, but which may be even more surprising and more rewarding than Architeuthis itself.
And then, literally out of the blue, came something I absolutely couldn't believe. I've seen a lot of cephalopods, but nothing like this.
It's in good shape.
I don't believe it. Look at those eyes. The eyes are exactly the color of the water.
Meet Vampiroteuthis diabolus, the vampire squid from hell.
Sightings of this bizarre squid are incredibly rare, and none has ever been collected alive.
I can't believe you guys are actually doing this.
They can move away at a pretty fast clip, which is why Jim has to do it all right now. Beautiful. Good job. All right.
Unbelievable.
That's the excitement of this kind of work, this kind of research. Knowing that those mysteries are there, waiting to be solved. We know that if we can just hang in there, sooner or later, all of those puzzles will become solved, and we can indeed understand the oceans the way we need to if we're going to live on this planet successfully.
This bizarre squid is bioluminescent, lives at more than 3,000 feet deep, has spikes in place of sucker discs, and that's about all we know. And why it does this, we don't have a clue. The discovery of Vampiroteuthis provokes more questions than answers. Mike Degree's journey into the realm of the cephalopods has given us just a glimpse of the potential wonders from the deep space that is the sea. What other secrets do the dark waters hold?